Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is Tony Glasgow, and I'm your host. And today I'll be talking with Collin Auten. And before we get started with that, I'd like to mention a featured business that we have. If you've been listening, you already know that Clutch Designs does the apparel for my show. Visit his site and check out all the things that he does. He does pretty much everything that you can think of that you could wear and have something printed on, from jerseys, hoodies, like team jerseys, t-shirts, dry fit shirts, anything like that, hats, so he can print on it. Look up Branden, give him a call. I know him very well. He's a good guy. He can get things done that you need, and he'll work with you and get you set up. So right now, I'd like to go ahead and bring on Collin and get started with him. How are you doing today, Collin?
Great, Tony. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem at all. So you were a 2-year starter at Fort Worth Brewer High School. So what about the coaches that were there when you were there? What was a lasting impression from the coaches or some of the players, or some of the memories that you had from playing at Fort Worth Brewer?
So I had a pretty unique situation at the high school that I played at. My high school coach and my father were very close friends since college.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll tell this story because my high school coach was one of the most influential people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell the story to kind of give a background on how dedicated he was. My dad and him were playing poker in their college dorm.
Okay.
And my grandfather called my dad and he says, "Hey boy, you know anybody that needs a coaching job?" And Terry Massey was my high school coach. Drove down that night, slept in the parking lot, and did the interview the next morning, got the job.
Oh yeah.
And that was probably in the early 90s. And he was great.
Mm-hmm.
But I I actually didn't go to Brewer till my junior year.
So where were you before? Were you actually playing at another school? Or where were you before?
Yes, sir. I was playing at another school. I went to Boswell in Saginaw.
Okay.
As my mom taught over there.
But
then okay. She was. I kind of grew up in a family of coaches and teachers.
All right. It sounds like my wife. My wife's dad was a football coach forever, an administrator, and then her mother was a teacher forever, and so she got that in her family as well. So I'm kind of familiar with that.
Probably steered me towards the career that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was there, and then my junior year I transferred over to Fort Worth Brewer, and I got to play for Coach Massey. And so nowadays, with my high school kids, everybody's nervous about the tryouts, and and stuff like that. We didn't have tryouts. Coach Massey made it pretty clear at the end of football season, he'd have a meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and he would kind of say, "Hey, the field's going to be open from this time to this time every day after school. I'm not going to be out there, but I'll be watching," kind of thing.
Right.
And if you're not out there, don't come out for tryouts.
Yeah, that's plain and simple.
He kind of weeded the bad, not bad seeds, but he made it. Yeah. He kept the guys around that wanted to be there.
Right. Okay.
And so it was a pretty cool. I really liked the way he did that.
Yeah. Well, through that, in the Texas All-State games, so you were a starting pitcher. So that kind of, I'm not familiar with that. So is it just a north-south thing, and is it a single game? Or
it's North Texas and South Texas.
All right.
And they just kind of they put together the best players from, I don't know what the dividing line is, but probably from like the Houston area and the DFW areas where most of the kids come from, and Austin. I think is in the South Texas region. So I was a pitcher in that game, but I was primarily a shortstop in college.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And through my first 3 years, I probably pitched 15 innings. I wasn't a pitcher.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I threw 103 innings. And I grew, and through off-season football and weight training and stuff, I developed into, I got bigger and I started throwing harder, and they said, "Hey, you're going to pitch too." So,
yeah. So tell me what it was. So what was it like back then with the training? Because today is completely different. Almost every player that is at a certain level is going to be training with a person like you or someone at DBat. So back then, what was it like? Was it?
So go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'll just go ahead.
We didn't have any of that kind of. I mean, we had it, but it was rare.
Yeah.
I took hitting lessons when I was probably from age 10 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still good friends with the guy that gave me hitting lessons to this day. He's a former TCU baseball player. I see him at the games all the time. Mm-hmm. But obviously, I didn't hit in college. I just pitched. So that kind of stuff we didn't really do. Mm-hmm. I didn't do pitching lessons, and I don't know anybody who did.
Yeah, that's and
it's just crazy as that sounds.
I know, and it makes you wonder how right now what the difference is, because people that were good back then, people are good now. So is it just an evolution of sports to where just kind of have to do that, or is it? What do you
That's really interesting. I think there's value to letting a kid just kind of grow into himself. Mm-hmm. But there's also value to taking a talented kid and kind of honing in on what he's good at and making him better.
Yeah, definitely.
Coming from a guy who does this for a living, it's tough to kind of to say which way is better. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, the best players that I've ever worked with, mm-hmm. I worked with them till they were about freshmen, sophomores in high school, and then that was it.
Really?
You leave them alone and you let them develop on their own, and most of that development is through weight training. Yeah. It's not through like the mechanics and stuff like that. And, every once in a while they come and throw a bullpen with me, but it was, as far as like teaching them mechanics and stuff like that, mm-hmm. that stuff was over by the time they were about 15, 16 years old.
So that's interesting, because I would think that, you would gradually, as you get older, you would get more intense with the training, but you're saying just kind of let them go. And I wonder if that's like,
well, the training is more intense, but that's not my realm, right?
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm not doing the personal training, like the weight training and the that kind of stuff.
Okay. So mechanics is
I kind of wish that
basically.
I kind of wish that, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that either, but I kind of wish that I was able to do more of that stuff, just the way we're set up, mm-hmm. where, I work with kids from ages 8 to 25.
Yeah.
Right. I got pro guys that still come back and throw bullpens with me, and I got 8-year-olds that are just learning how to pitch. And so it's tough to nail down time where I can take these guys and just do the strength side of it.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that. And it's necessary, but they most of the time will go do that at other places. And so from a mechanical standpoint, you develop a foundation. But then once you get that, and I think we've talked a little bit about this, your body will present limitations. And so at that point, okay, now there's nothing I can do as far as teaching you mechanics that's going to help you to do this better, you're going to have to go get stronger.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's kind of where we get with the older athletes is like, hey man, you want to get better, you got to be a better athlete.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah. You mentioned a couple of times that, how you're set up and everything and where you actually do your training. So that's at DBat and
at DBat Denton. Yes.
Yeah. One thing that I didn't know, so I know Scott Harp, the owner of DBat for a while, but I didn't know that he was a coach. He was a coach at North Central Texas College, right?
He was.
Okay. Was he the head coach?
He was my coach.
Okay. All right. That's good. So
he was my coach.
Yeah. So tell how that kind of went along, how that developed, and how that got you to where you are now, working with him still.
So this is probably going to go to a place that I'm going to try my best not to get emotional. My senior year of high school, I had a lot of scholarships to play football. Mm-hmm. I talk to you about football all the time. Mm-hmm. That's my first love. I grew up on a football field.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of weighed my options. I said, hey, do you think you have a chance to play in the NFL? Probably not. Do I think I have a chance to play professional baseball? Kind of betting on myself. I said, yeah, I think I do. Mm-hmm. And so my senior year, I went and played at a place in Burke Burnett where you live with your team for the summer. And we wake up, we'd lift weights in the morning. It's just like a college program. We'd lift weights in the morning. We'd go have our individual practices. Mm-hmm. And then in the afternoons, we'd have our team practices. And then our coaches would take us on a 15-passenger van to the tournaments that were traveling all over Texas and Oklahoma, and then sometimes Florida and Georgia, whatever. Right. And I was lucky enough to meet a man, Mark Allen. He was our pitching coach.
Okay.
And at the time, he didn't have a job, and he was interviewing for the pitching job at North Central. Mm-hmm. Where Scott was the coach. And he ended up getting a job. And my best friend, since I was 5 years old, was also going there.
Yeah.
And so I was thrilled, right? Like, come on, let's go. Mm-hmm. And because, and bad as it sounds, I thought I was better than him. So the fact that he had it, he was going to play there, I always thought, hell, I can go play there. He's playing there. Mark ended up getting the job with Scott. And I was the only player on that team that Scott didn't recruit.
Oh, yeah.
The only guy. Especially close relationship with Mark. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to ask, so how did you end up going there if you weren't recruited or looked at by Scott? How did you end up there?
Because Mark got that job and he brought me with him.
Oh, my bad. Oh, you're right.
He told Scott, he said, hey, you need to sign this kid.
Yeah, okay.
And like I said, I had connections there already. My best friend was there, and so I went there with Mark pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he's been one of the most influential people in my life. From there, Mark became an area scout for the Indians, and then was the pitching coordinator for the Indians, and then he became pitching coordinator for the Giants, and now he is the pitching coordinator, or he's the pitching coach at the University of Illinois.
Okay.
And he has stage 4 colon cancer.
Oh, no.
And last night was the first time I got to talk to him in about a month. Mark he was an amazing coach, and he is the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing. So my relationship with Scott obviously got better as after I got there. He kind of got to know me because he didn't know me before.
Yeah.
And he respected my work ethic and stuff like that. And I went there as a walk-on to start. And then by the end of my first semester, I had a full scholarship.
And that following year, your sophomore year, you had some outstanding numbers also.
Yeah, and that's when I kind of... So when I graduated high school, I probably was 5'11", 165 pounds. By the end of my freshman year, I was 6 foot, 195 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So a completely different athlete.
Right.
And so...
Did you have to learn anything differently, what you were doing because of the change?
Here's the thing. I was probably, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but going to the weight room for me when I was in high school was not the most enjoyable thing because I wasn't at the level of some of my peers. And so I probably cut some corners, kind of as an ego thing.
Yeah.
So that I didn't look bad, and I didn't realize the importance of that until it got to the point where you're like, okay, now you're walking on to junior college, dude. Like, you don't have any offers. You're not where you're capable of being. And I finally kind of gave in and said, I don't care about what it looks like when I'm in there or who I'm in there with. I need to embrace the weight room and realize the importance of it. And that's probably the thing that took me from my freshman year to my sophomore year. I gained 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And
that's big.
And you got 2 sons, and you got one that's going through it right now. You know the importance of that.
Yeah. That's measurable.
I was a completely different player, and I went from having 0 offers as a senior in high school to being offered by every school in the Southwest United States in 1 year.
All right, that wraps up part 1, my interview with Collin, and part 2 will be coming shortly. In the meantime, just look up Clutch Designs on Instagram, get with Branden. All the info is going to be in the description. Talk to Branden, get your gear that you need. I do, so you might as well too. Until next time, take it easy. We'll be seeing you.